Welcome to the land of giants, Log Homestead.
I'll be doing my kitchen today, so I want to bring you guys along to see how I decorated for Christmas. I'm going to give you a quick little tour just to kind of let you know what's happened here in the last year or so. We moved in about a year ago and the kitchen went under major renovations. So I'll kind of show you by the ceiling lights. It makes more sense that way. So here was the bathroom with a shower. Over here was a bedroom, and the larger area that I'm standing in was the living room. We've decided to take all the walls down, combine all the rooms, which allowed us to have a kitchen plus a dining area. If I walk over here a little bit, you can see it better. So I've got all my Christmas stuff out, I'm ready to go. But yeah, so today I'm going to be working on doing the kitchen, most likely in red and white. I'm going to try it out this year. Haven't done it in a long time, so I thought we'd give it a whirl. I have a lot of Christmas decorations. I like to move them around each year to keep it fresh. So I guess having so much kind of gives me the opportunity to do that. So yeah, come along with me today and come see what I'm doing. So just want to show you the space in closer detail, I guess, that we'll be working with. So entryway, big bay window, then we have the little, I guess, cupboards I use to store stuff in. Door leading into the other house. Yes, when I said I have a lot of Christmas stuff, I was not kidding. And then over here I have the buffet. And then as we walk around the kitchen, cooking area, island, windows, and a little coffee station. And then finally the dining table where we eat. So I'm hoping to utilize all these spaces and get everything decorated beautifully. So these are some of the things I'll be using today. We have like glittery poinsettias from Bradford's greenhouse. We have some berries on a pick. Then there's a bunch of balls. These, I believe, are dollar store balls, if I remember correctly. And then, so the picks were also Bradford Greenhouse. These red ones are also Bradford Greenhouse. And then I have a mixed bag here. I think those were Walmart, just of all different kinds. And then I have all the glittery stuff here wrapped, because anybody who works with glitter knows that stuff gets everywhere. And if you don't pack it and wrap it, then you end up with no glitter the next year. There's an old wreath that I had from my childhood. Thanks, Mom. This one I made, I think, 2 years ago or so. And then some just extra containers, tree topper, and some bows. And I'm going to get the rest of the stuff because there's still more. That box has probably 10 to 15 Christmas mugs, if not more. And then I'm going to go get all the garland we'll be using because I feel like that's how we're going to start because it makes the most impact. So because I have several garland, typically what I do is that I'll lay it out on the floor to make sure that it's the right size. So it will fit on top or usually above the window. So I've done the same over here. This one's gonna go on that window, and this garland will go on top up there. So this one on the counter will be cut in half, and then I could put it up there and up there. And I think that's gonna look good, so let's give it a try. So as I said earlier, this one we're going to chop in half to make it fit on top of the window. And you usually need a nice little pair of cutters here. And then you got to get in here and find out where's an ideal location to cut the thinnest part of the metal. Well, okay, that one. I think it's going to work. And it should cut fairly easy. Okay, there we go. So this has the same idea as the other one, just fluff it up. If you have pine cones you want to show them. The different kinds of greenery. I think this is supposed to be like a faux pine and this is more like a fir kind of looking. So you just go the length of it. Remember to keep the one side flat if you're putting it against a hard surface, because it kind of makes it a lot easier if you have that. And of course I'm going to fluff it up once it's already put up, but this is kind of just to get it ready. So carefully climb up, not to, ouch. So when attaching it, either you can use these little metallic parts of the garland that has, I don't know if it's cabling or wiring, but whatever, the point is you can use that to attach. Here's a better example. Find a good skinny one, you can attach it with that, or you can use this, which is also awesome. You just cut it and twist it on it and then put it on the nail, and it holds it really good. I've never had anything fall off. So those are kind of like options you can use. If you have a better one, by all means, and it works for you, go ahead and do it. All right, I'm going to climb up and try and attach this without bumping my head for the second time. All right, so twist on the tie and then secure it to the nail and twist it around. I'm hoping I'm not going to regret that I put this too low the nail, but hopefully it's going to work. If not, I will adjust for the other side. And then once you get it on, just kind of indent it and check out how it looks. So I'm going to use the poinsettia and then the two picks on the sides just to give it a little bit more oomph, I guess. You can see over in this window how it's already been done. So I'm just going to quickly put this in and show you. It's really simple, but it makes a nice statement. So the little pick thing at the back, I just use it to wrap around, so make a space in the garland, somewhere you put it in. Put this in here. Whoop, if it wants to cooperate. That's my puppies barking, if you're wondering. We have 3 Pyrenees, so it's a lot of barking that happens here. And then this goes in like that. And then this one like that. And that will be the center of the garland. So I'm going to put 4 different colors. Well, actually not colors, but 4 different textures up and then see how that looks. All the balls are in place. So now we'll just kind of continue on with other accessories. Originally, I was going to add picks, but then I found this and I was like, yep, definitely a better choice if we're doing a garland. Used it for years, got it from the dollar store for $4. And it's just like really, really nice in. So I tried it in one to see if I like it. And I definitely do. It brightens it up. It's a dark green with the red. Definitely needed a little punch of white to just make it, a little more contrast. So definitely liking that. So I'm going to apply it to the rest of them. So I'm just going to show you guys how I put this in. Ideally, you want to not have your other decorations in there already. But because I decided this after the fact and originally was going to use picks, I might have to undo a little bit to get this in properly so it looks nice and you don't see all like a little wrapped up wire. Hi, it's day 2 now, so we're just going to continue with the rest of the Christmas decorations in the kitchen. I wasn't able to finish everything. I got the garland done, but having to still work on the rest because, life kind of gets in the way and eats up your time throughout the day. So I'm hoping to work on the window today and the other surfaces I have in the kitchen and the door reef, and I'm going to be bringing in some greens. Let me show you. So the greens are outside waiting for me to cut up, but they were brought home kind of late in the evening yesterday, so I didn't have time to prep it and bring it in. But I'm going to be doing that today along with the outside decorations with my husband and my son. So we're going to get to that. And when I do that, then I'm going to bring them in and show you how I'm going to hang them up. I usually end up putting them on the chandelier and the light over the island, but I haven't done it in this house yet, so it's going to be interesting to see how it all fits and works out. I'm going to be starting today with this little window seat. I've never used it as a little window seat. I guess it's a bay window technically, but I decided this year that let's try and make it like a little window seat where the kids could sit in and just look out the window, especially when it snows. It's gorgeous here, like super picturesque, postcardy, beautiful. So it's just a nice place to hang out and watch the snowfall. So I figured this year that we're going to try and do it like that. I have this old cover that would go on a fireplace or a mantle, and I saw the shape of it and it's perfect. It would fit exactly in this little bay window. And I'm planning to put pillows on either sides and maybe like some stuffies and things like that for the kids. So let's put it together and see how it looks. And so that's the end result. I actually really like it. I think it's really cute, very family friendly, I guess. But yeah, I think that's going to be a keeper for this year. And we'll just go see what else we could finish in this place. Because I have a young child at home still, I'd like to keep it, I don't know, kiddie friendly and make it fun for him still. I have a lot of little musical, I don't know, characters, I guess you'd call them. And those he loves to walk by and just randomly push them throughout the day. So since we're doing a red theme in here this year, a lot of his little characters will come in here, and I'm going to kind of put them into one little spot and see how he's throughout the day. So what we're going to work on now is I'm going to try and get this wreath to match the garland as much as possible, because the door didn't get a garland treatment, I guess you could say. So I want to make sure that it kind of ties into the look the rest of the place has. So I'm just going to weave in these little branches, pull out the little berries and pine cones that show, and I'll probably be able to make it around twice, but we'll see how that goes. Alright, we're almost around. Just trying to make sure everything shows. But not the brown stem, we don't want that to show. So we're hiding that as we go. Alright, almost done. That's the loop from the other one, so we'll hide that too. Okay. And that actually worked out really good. The white went all the way around. Okay. So maybe this one will end up bending back, then having it come out like that. So then it looks equal to the rest. The wreath is finished. I just added in some extra balls. So these little ones, just for like some texture, so it matches like the ones in the garland. And then I got a few little sprigs like this and just added those in because our wreath here is like a fake one. So you can see like here how it just gives it like a little bit extra like dimension and texture. So it doesn't look so plain and artificial. So we're just going to add some little nutcrackers to the bottom of the windows, one in each corner. So there's one. And then the other one. Then we'll go get my Santas. My husband's version is Santa on the right, and my version is Santa on the left. I love him when he has like the long coat and he just looks like, I don't know, old world, I guess. So I love that look. All my Santas are like that. None of them have the traditional red suit and red pants with the black belt. They're all in this long cloak style. So these little guys are in their place in the other window. And this is super practical if you need to put like a little ring or something when you're by the sink. That little pot beside him, super good. Here's the window all finished. Changed it up a bit with the nutcrackers, added a candle. And then we have our little area so we know how many days until Santa's here. And then finally this window, just the same as I showed last time, but I added a candle. A few little Christmas stuff I picked up for the kitchen over the years, just accessories for cakes in the green bin. Little tins, napkin holders, salt shakers, serving trays, crackers, some cups, and maybe some silicone molds on this side, some muffin molds, just some nice little things to add a little bit of holiday flair to your kitchen. Santa's faces were covered by the beard. I'm just starting this chandelier, so as you can see here, there's like gaps that I'm gonna have to put the branches across to make sure that I'm able to hold the decorations or whatever I feel like putting in. As you walk around, you can see here that I've started to lay some down. So it kind of fills this gap, and more and more I'll put, the more and more thicker it will get. So then I'll be able to have more of a base here. And I'll end up obviously cutting off all the branches and it'll be nice and thick and full and fluffy. And then I can add in whatever decor I want. But I want to kind of like show you how it looks just to start. It's not going to be beautiful, but it will definitely be a lot better as I continue. It's a little fuller now. I'm going to try and turn the chandelier instead of walking around so you can see it better. But see, some are a little fuller, some is a little thinner. And you just go back and just keep filling it. And the style I did is that I just laid it one this way, one that way, one this way, one that way. So kind of a layering effect to get it to make that base bottom so I'm able to put stuff in it. The leafy green part is finished. So now I just got to put on all the decorations. It's nice and full and looks good all the way around. So I'm only going to be using cedar as a base this time. Maybe I'll put in a few more branches of a different kind, but we'll see how it goes. But for right now, the cedar looks really good and smells nice, so I'm going to use that. And now I'm just going to put on the decorations that I have. One that ties into the garland look, so it will be kind of seamless and hopefully unison and look nice together. But yeah, we'll wait and see how that goes. And do I have a method for it? No, it's just trial and error, see what looks good and go with that. With this long light, I'm trying to make sure that it's symmetrical. The first few pieces, roughly the same length, same size, and then kind of just building on from there and then ending with some type of a decorative in the middle. So from this point, I'm just going to keep building it a little bit bigger and then add the decorative part. I put on 2 more pieces just to fill it out a little bit. And I ended up using this little, they call it a magic twister, but I think it's just like a twist tie on a spool, but it's awesome for holding stuff. And now I'll add the decorations. Here's the finished chandelier. I added balls in the bottom, some poinsettia, a berry pick, and that's it. Sorry, Aspen. Tripped on the dog a little, but she's okay. Actually tripped on the chair. The dog just looked at me like, what are you doing? So that's the end result. I could pop up and show you how it looks from inside. Whoop. So you can see like how the branches are all laid down. And then I just tucked this pick in here. The poinsettia too is just tucked in. Nothing is tied down. It's all just laid on top of each other. And then I tied right there with fishing line the balls from underneath. So they just hang nicely and look like they're all part of the chandelier. I also finished this one. I put the remaining poinsettia and the berry picks. And then I have also the garland, the one piece that was left over, I wrapped it around the top. And those are actually strapped in with the twist ties to make sure they don't go anywhere. And I decided to put a little something up here because this was looking a little bit naked since everything has some green. So that's the top of the buffet and it just has greens laid out. The poinsettia, the berry pink, and some